Welcome to the Halley Elise Show, featuring your host, empowerment psychic Halley Elise. She is an author, psychic, and media personality, and has been listed as one of the top 100 psychics in America. Empowerment psychic Halley Elise shares the spiritual, metaphysical, holistic, and magical powers of the universe. Follow Halley on her website at HalleyElise.com, and all her shows can be seen via live stream video. Now, here's your host, empowerment psychic Halley Elise.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks so much for joining in. As always, when I have a guest on, I am delighted. And this evening, I'm especially delighted because I have a lovely young woman on who is going to share information with you that you are definitely going to want to hear. She's created a summit, and it's not the typical, a lot of times you hear, oh, be an author, listen to a couple of things, and then buy something. Or there's some sort of, if you will, catch. You get some information, which is nice, but actually this gal has put together something that is going to give you an abundance of information. We're going to go from dysfunction to fun, and I get to be included as well. There's lots of days and lots of time that you can listen, that you can learn, that you can engage, and the best part of all is it's free. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Jane Lawrence. Hi. So glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So since I just kind of went into that whole thing, why don't we do a little background and actually give people an idea of, how did you come up with the concept of dysfunction to fun?
Well, we all struggle in life. We all have dysfunctions to various degrees, and
not me. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
That's why I have you on as an expert.
That's
right?
Right.
And the joke around the house is my husband knows how to put the fun in dysfunction. So I came up with the title because of that. But I just wanted to give people the opportunity to improve their lives, to empower them.
Right.
To, create the life of their dreams, which, for me personally was just such a new concept.
Well, since you said that as far as creating the life of your dreams, how did you do that? I mean, you don't just go from chaos to everything being perfect. So what was your, if you will, technique, or what was, if you will, the impetus to start changing and recognizing things?
Well, of course, it's still a work in progress. And
of course,
from what I hear from even the people that I believe to have all their ducks in a row, they're still a work in progress. So
absolutely,
there's hope. But, I just got tired of being sick and tired.
Okay. You hear that a lot, especially with women over the age of, I'm going to say 35. It's closer typically to 40, but in general terms, over the age of 35, it seems like we have families, we have careers, and then something hits and you're going, I'm not quite myself anymore. You don't know if you lose yourself or if it's more a matter of you've just created this new persona and you're not quite wearing it well enough, or if it's a matter of the constant battle of figuring out what's next that drives you. So again, I'm going to kind of push a little for your personal story.
Absolutely.
How do you feel, or what do you feel was, if you will, the catalyst to start in this direction?
Yes. I just was waiting for things to get better. For years I went from dead-end job to dead-end job. All the while with the hope that, the next job would be the key to my happiness, not just so much bringing in extra income, but also to start enjoying the things that would come with the bit of financial freedom with that. And it would just, like I said, it would just be from one dead-end job to the next. And every time I thought I'd hit bottom, there was another level of bottom still waiting for me, But in the back of my mind, I kept hearing this idea kept coming to me, and I kept ignoring it. It took about 2 years for me to actually say it out loud.
You know what that is, right? That's intuition.
Yeah.
That's that inner guidance that I tell everybody, pay attention to it.
Yeah.
2 years it took you. Kind of interesting.
Yes.
Right?
And then even more time after that, it was this little voice I kept saying to create a line of women's aprons in multiple sizes. And I thought it was just the stupidest thing I'd ever heard.
I think it's a great idea, actually.
Well, especially given the position that I was at the time, not only did I not have disposable income, but I was just in just such a slump.
Right.
Emotionally and financially. And I was just, in my head, I kept saying, when I finally got around to listening to that voice, I said, okay, well, once I get back on my feet, then I'll entertain that notion. But it just kept coming. It kept getting louder and louder. And finally I said, okay, I'm going to do something about this. So
that's, the universe's way of saying, pay attention. The way that you think you're supposed to do it is not the way that you're supposed to do it. The idea of, well, a job is going to take care of it, or there's going to be the right fit, or when the money is at a certain place. It's kind of like having a baby. People often say, oh, we can't have a baby, we have to wait. And all of a sudden they're pregnant. And they're like, oops, guess we're doing it. And you make it happen. But I really believe that's God's way, or the universe's way of saying, listen, there's a program here that you're not totally familiar with, and if you just pay attention, you can make magic happen.
Yes, absolutely. But I didn't know any of this back then, a couple of years ago. I don't know, slowly just put one foot in front of the other, and I just thought things would just get easy after I had the aprons made. I went and like
magic. They just take off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like there'd be a wait list, or what happened was, I finally found the right fabric. Then we made the right pattern, and then we had them made, and then even before I offered them up for sale on a website or anything, I just went through this whole transformation of all these things just kept coming up for me. I was afraid to show them to anybody. I was afraid to sell them because I didn't want to run out. So I kept them in the box that my factory guy gave them to me in, I was afraid to tell anybody about my business because I didn't have business cards yet. So I had to wait until I had business cards before I could announce, that I was in business and I had these aprons to sell. And I had this fear of failure, and then this fear of success, and then which was really funny, right? That one, yeah. And then it really highlighted the area that I just was playing small. I was just so afraid of criticism that I just didn't want to come out of this shell that I had put myself in, out of fear of ridicule or failure, or even the success that may come, and then only to lose it all. So I just kept playing small to avoid that pain.
Okay, so that everybody knows what you're talking about with the aprons. You had this impetus because you kept hearing that little voice saying, take care of this, do this, do this, do this. So you went ahead and did it. But when you were thinking in terms of creating aprons, were you thinking in terms of aprons for people in the kitchen? Because I know that there is a little animal element to all of this. Or was that part of the original idea, or was it simply a matter of it evolved? And initially when you decided finally that you were going to share, how'd that happen? Because I know that you started and all of a sudden it took off. Out of like nowhere. So here you're going from that, if you will, that turmoil within your own world and that discomfort to, oh my gosh, I'm doing something really great. Right. And I'm getting a great response. So share with everybody as far as the type of aprons and what they're used for and kind of what they look like.
Yes.
And B, really, when did you see that it was a success?
Okay, well, the aprons are in 3 sizes. So basically, it's the small, the medium, large for your average woman, and then the extra large. So I liken them to the smallest for the Kelly Ripa
there you go.
type figure, and then the medium large, the average, is for your Rachel Ray's, and then the extra larger for your Oprah's.
There you go.
And I make them in black, white, and denim right now. And what's cute about them is that they're customizable with rhinestone designs. So I have some with me here today. I'll show you. And I have, you know,
have
like
them
the
over
evil
here.
eye. Yeah, I have,
when we take a break, we'll
yeah,
grab
sure.
some so we can show everyone.
And, you know, you just mix and match. So if you want, you know, the cross on a white apron or the evil eye on a black apron, you could just interchange it that way. And with the help of, I hired a business coach. That's what got me out of, you know, my own hole,
Wonderful.
my own little, you know, hole that I was hiding in. And she, you know, helped me find the courage to step up. And she kept saying to me, you know, there's a reason why you had this idea and now you have to share it. And what I didn't realize that it was also the journey of creating the aprons that would change my life as well. And yeah, and then, you know, it's still evolving. What's changed and what is helping them to be successful is my ability now, or my willingness to just say yes to the opportunities that present themselves. Whereas in the past, I would overanalyze everything. I would just instinctively second guess things or just flat out say no for whatever reason was coming up for me at that time. Whereas now I'm just like, hey, yeah, let's do it. So what has evolved now is also mommy and fur baby aprons that Hallie was alluding to.
We definitely want to have more information about that. We are going to take a quick break and then we'll show you some of the goodies and you'll understand better why we're going from aprons to a telesummit. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Bob, did you see Halley Elise in the paper?
Who?
The empowerment psychic, Halley Elise. They did a 2-page write-up. The columnist was enthralled. Halley went right to an issue that she was dealing with. I'm looking at HalleyElise.com right now.
What are you thinking? Should we schedule an appointment?
Matter of fact, yes. You have issues with Sue and me, my business. Take a look at her background. It's impressive, and she has decades of experience.
I want to put it on my iPad. What's her info?
Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise. HalleyElise.com. 561-755-2166.
Spell it.
HalleyElise.com.
So it's HalleyElise.com and 561-755-2166, right?
561-755-2166. That's it.
You're listening to Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise, and she invites you to visit her website for more information about all that she does at HalleyElise.com. Now, back to your host, Empowerment Psychic Halley Elise.
Hi, you see, we left. We came back. I have a crown. Isn't that awesome? And if you'll kind of move over to Jane for a moment and show what she has.
Oh, my homage to Wellington. That's where I live.
Beautiful. Now, you started to say before the break that, and by the way, if you're just tuning in, I've got the lovely Jane Lawrence here who creates these amazing little aprons, not only for people, but for their fur babies too, and is creating, or has created, an amazing telesummit that you'll hear a little bit more about. So if you just tuned in, hang in there. We're going to fill you in a moment. But as far as the fur babies, as far as the aprons, you had that inspiration, you kept hearing it, and finally you got off your tush and you said, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yes.
And it was with the help of a coach, which I think is important to mention too, because sometimes we need a hand. You know, we know what we want, we know what we love, and yet for some reason we feel uncomfortable doing it. And as you mentioned, lots of things came up for you. But what a great opportunity to work through literally your stuff as you're getting successful. I mean, that's kind of a plus, win-win situation.
Oh, thank you.
So tell us about the aprons for the fur babies, because I know everybody's going to love that.
Oh, yes. I wish I'd brought want to show you also, but they are also customizable, and they come in the same color scheme as the mommies, the black, white, and denim for now. And for example, there's one for the fur baby that says, you know, little devil on it. Aww. And then the mommy has the matching one that says angel. So
that's awesome.
There's just, you know, there's just so many possibilities. And also for the mommies, I have several different breeds of rhinestone designs of dogs, of fur babies. So I have like you know, a Chihuahua, there's a Dachshund, so there's plenty. So if you go to the website, it's cyaAprons.com. Cover your assets.
I love it. Remember that, CYA aprons.com. What a great name. I mean, really, cover your assets. You could remember it with the shorter version too, of course.
Exactly.
So my crown is a little lopsided. I think I may have to adjust it a little bit. I tease about the whole crown thing because I sometimes I'm at the Renaissance Festival and I'll do days where I do garb with the crown and all, and my daughter teases me all the time about being a Renaissance woman. So this works perfect. I like it.
I knew it.
See that? Okay, so I had mentioned just a moment ago as far as the telesummit. Now, obviously, things evolved because of your own growth and your own learning and the process of not only learning to listen to that intuition to put forth this endeavor and to take control of your life so that you were responsible or even accountable for your own income and your own success. Then you felt the need to share that with other women. So tell us more about the summit, because really and truly I think it's amazing at how many people you got together and the fact that everybody's donating their time and really willing to share.
Yes, I'm so honored and blessed to have so many amazing guests. Halley is one of them. And, you know, my coach was just urging me to get this message out there, you know, this journey that I had been on, and to inspire other women that are, you know, holding themselves back from going forward. And the difference to me, what made the difference for me was just, now I'm just aware that you can create anything you want. You don't have to wait for anybody else to create it for you. You decide and you act, and that is key. You know, action every day. Take inspired action, and before you know it, I mean, just this last couple of months, I can't even tell you how my life has changed, and it's just because by taking action, it increases your self-confidence, and then it just lights you up. It just ignites your whole life, your whole world, you know.
Well, you know, doctors always talk about when you're under stress, how you get sick, how things fall apart. You know, there's that old saying, like, haste makes waste. So you figure if you're sitting in that side for a long enough period of time, you're incapable of doing anything. Even if there's something beautiful in front of you, you get to a place where it's like you're struggling just to breathe. And when you're feeling that chaos keeps happening and events keep happening that slow you down or that disrupt your life so much that you can't really have fun or joy in your world, that you just stop. And I think that's why you were able to hear, because you were going through that and your mind was overwhelmed, and you said, you know what, I'm just done. I'm letting it be. And at that point, that's where the inspiration came. And as soon as you started to walk in that direction, you think about it, it's the direct opposite. It's like a bipolar effect where you went from that dark to the light, and that light not only, as you said, lights you up, but it in turn is shared with other people without you even trying, because you're so excited, because you're so passionate about it. If you would, let everybody know what website they can connect with to register for the summit, or how to connect with you so that they don't miss anything.
Absolutely. So the telesummit is From Dysfunction to Fun, and you can find me at www.FromDysfunctionToFun.com. It's an opt-in page right now. You just sign in with your name and your email address, and what happens is starting July 7th, you will get a an email every day announcing 2 of the speakers that are going to be on for that day, and just give you a little brief overview of what the conversation is going to be about. And it runs from July 7th through the 22nd, and the replays are available for about 48 hours after that. So you can listen at your own pace. You don't have to be live on the call. And you know, I've just been so blessed with, I have 28 experts to come on to
Didn't
give
you start out
tools.
with a lot less?
Yes,
Because
yes.
I remember the number being smaller.
Yes, my goal was 21, and at first I was like, oh my God, where am I going to find 21 experts? And I just yesterday I had to say no to yet someone else, and I said, I'm so sorry, but this thing's going to run till December if I don't, you know, draw a
That's
line.
it.
So I'll, if you don't mind, I'll contact you for the next one. And you know, it's just the energy and the passion behind it is, I think, attracting so many people, and they're, you know, it's my first time, and they know it, and they want to be a part of it, and I'm just so honored and blessed and just so grateful. And we're just gonna, I know we're gonna help so many people. Like Halley was saying, when you're down, you don't even have the notion to dream of, you know, getting out of that. You know, it's just one day bleed into the next. And all these experts, you know, I have relationship and intimacy experts, I have parenting experts, I have, you know, empowerment coaches like Halley, sharing their intuitive gifts and advice on how to, you know, hone in and use your own intuitive gifts. And I'm just so excited. I hope you guys will join me, because it's going to be great. And it's all free. Like Halley said, it's all free.
Okay, so the website is fromdysfunctiontofun.com. And if you think, oh, I'd rather write a private email, just do info@fromdysfunction.tofun. And it's spelt just like it sounds, but if you have any sort of problems as far as getting in touch with Jane, just contact me and I'll be sure to refer you over. So that's the easy part. Now, you have all of these wonderful experts, and I know you talked us all into giving away gifts too. So, I mean, this is pretty amazing. It's not often, again, like I said, that you get on these things and everything is free, but there literally is so many goodies. I know my web guy right now is working on getting the page up for your group of listeners, and nobody else will know about it. It's like a secret URL. Sorry, guys, if you're listening in, I guess you'll have to be on the summit, and then you can get the goodie. But there are lots of goodies to be had. Now, what I'm curious about is, you're moving forward with your own business. You are now creating really a new business, whether you realize it or not, with the teleseminars, because there's a lot of work and a lot of energy that goes into it. It's not just saying, oh, I'm going to do this. It's a matter of interviewing everyone and taping and organizing. So do you feel that you are going to lean more towards one or the other, or do you feel that at some point you're going to get some assistance and have other people help you run everything?
Yes. Well, you know, my first instinct was when my coach told me about the coaching program to host the telesummit, you know, the training. At first I said, you know, oh, let me just get the aprons up off the ground a little bit more, and you know, just kind of get them, you know, to stand on their own 2 feet, and just kind of, you know, and then in a couple of months I'll think about it and come back to you. And then, like, I don't even think those words came out of my mouth. They were just all in my head, and all of a sudden the words that came out were, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Like, it's just the total opposite of how I would normally do things. And I'm so grateful. Right now I'm able to manage both, but I did already hire help. I hired a online business manager to help me with the you know, the website and the emailing, and that was huge. I mean, like, who am I to have, you know, an online, you know, business manager,
online presence, a shop, all these wonderful things happening. Now, I'm thinking that this is going to evolve from, if you will, just a teleseminar to a in-person seminar, and at some point you'll have your aprons there and maybe some fur babies running around with their aprons and lots of vendors. So this is my prediction for you.
Great.
I get within the next 5 years here. So to me, within it means it could be as soon as tomorrow, but it shouldn't be any longer than 5 years that you have this up and running, and it's going to be huge. So you're going to have to really get, if you will, corporation minded to make things happen. So it's really lovely. All right, I want to share with everybody again, the apron site is cyaAprons.com. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and the other for the telesummit?
From Dysfunction to Fun.com.
From Dysfunction to Fun.com. Okay, so this evening Jane Lawrence was kind enough to come on and share a little bit. Definitely check it out because you don't want to miss any of it. I want to remind everybody the first Monday of the month is the Psychic Gallery. And obviously we're here the first, well, not the first, but every Monday, every week, Monday. You know, try to talk and do all that. I did pretty good tonight, though. Jane, thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure. And again, everybody, check out the aprons and join us for the telesummit. You won't be sorry that you did. I thank you, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Be enchanted and delighted. Connect each week here on WNN for the Halley Elise Show. Also on Facebook and at HalleyElise.com. Thanks for tuning in. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.